So here we are at Anglesey for the 3-hour SorryMate.com Junior Tag and National Endurance. Derek Redmond Racing just starting to get their engines ready for the Le Mans style start. We hope you enjoy all of the action. So this is qualification of our National and Junior Tag Endurance. Of course, 3 hours, remember, and around Anglesey, that's no mean task whatsoever. Stephen Neat here on the returning TM72 team. Stephen's raced in World Endurance, and his partner Andy McKnight is also going to be out there. A return for form for them. Sweatshop Racing has Mike Dickinson on the number 2 machine. Of course, this is spec'd out, brand new ZX-10R. Then first of our 600s, and of course it's Lewis Mason. Now Lewis didn't have the best of practice days and decided to go and throw his own bike down the road. Luckily his teammate came and did a little bit of preparation on his behalf. Everything okay now, Lewis?
Yeah, everything's all sorted now, ready to rock and roll.
Good man, we're looking forward to a good race. Then we have one of the Carpenter crews out there, the number 59 machine, going pretty good guns. Managed to stop themselves into 3rd position overall, with this beautiful R1 behind him. We move on to one of the guys that you're going to be looking for, 75 machine. This is Jonty Dixon on board. Jonty is actually last year's winner, and Jonty, preparations all been going well?
Sorry, say again?
All been going well in terms of preparation?
Yeah, all very good, yeah. Everything's ready. Got to see how we go.
Fantastic stuff. So this is it then, everybody. This is the 3-hour SorryMate.com endurance here at Anglesey. It's round 3. Everybody getting ready to go for the Le Mans start. Flag goes up, riders ready. Away they go then, and I tell you what, Stephen Neat is fast on the sprint. Straight off the bat though, looks like the 120 machine of Lewis Mason almost gets the drop on the number 1 machine of Stephen Neat. Now from this point in, I think we'll attempt to call them by name. Oh dear, well that's the 102 machine already not having a fun time. SorryMate.com, the title sponsors, believe it or not, not having the greatest of starts. So away they go, and already, well, you can see that the TM72 team, the current champions, heading off. Now these guys, let me explain, some of them are on 1 bike and some on 2 bike teams. So throughout this program you will see a change of machine, but the numbers will remain the same. Riders, of course, with red and yellow armbands. That will denote who is on the machine at any one time. So as we saw just then, 120 Lewis Mason out there, and he was with a red armband. His teammate Robbie Moore will be with a yellow armband. So 3 hours of racing we have ahead of us, and of course this being the highlight show, we will get to see some of the issues that have faced the runners and riders over the next hour. So Mike Dickinson then on the number 2 Sweatshop Racing machine. Now he was racing in our Michelin Power Cup races earlier on, has now got to get out there and perform his events. Jonty Dixon was part of the TM72, now moved to BLDS Couriers, just overtaking the number 4 machine out there on track. So that's one of the Derek Redmond racing machines being overtaken there by the GSXR of number 75 BLDS Couriers. So Tony Rogers then slots in just behind. Now it's all about getting your fast laps in as early as possible. Weather conditions not the greatest this weekend. There is a bit of a wind around the circuit, very blustery indeed. And these guys not really being able to use all of their corner speed to good effect on the back straight. But Jonty Dixon, his teammate Bill Lilly, waiting back in the pits, ready for their changeover. Now, changeovers occur two different types. You have a changeover at 30 minutes if you are a two-bike team. That's the maximum you can stay out on track, with a minimum 20-minute rest period. One-bike team, what you'll actually find is that, well, these guys will be able to come in after 40 minutes of riding, but still with a 20-minute mandatory stop. Carl Dodwell out there on the Sherwood Suzuki motorcycles, number 25. They were first at Mallory in class for the Junior 1000s. 4 classes overall: Junior 1000, Senior 1000, and Junior 600 tag and Senior tag. So racing here continuing at Anglesey, as we see Mr. Townsend on the number 59 R1. Started 4th on the grid. A really excellent run by Towney on the number 59 machine. So half a chance racing, made up of Andy Carpenter and Martin Townsend, with Blue Jets racing just behind them. One of their competitors, the Blue Jets team, on the number 17 machine of Carl Hodgins and Ash Rothwell. These guys being out at every round. Had a confident start at Brands Hatch earlier on in the year and have just been consistent all through, but well, that battle on between them and Sherwood Suzuki. As we see Carl Dodwell chasing them down. Oh, he's not very happy, and well, was that something else? Well, I tell you what, ladies and gents, that nod there, that was a changeover. So he's just notioning to his pit crew that he will be coming in on the next lap. So they'll be preparing the bike. All these bikes fitted with transponders, and it's that transponder that has to be changed over between machines before the other rider goes out onto track. So as we see, a lot of the Junior 1000s riding around on track together. They head up to Peel Corner. Probably completed about 15 or 16 laps at this point. But, well, the story so far is that it is TM72 out in the lead, and, well, Sweatshop Racing will still be in that second place, and these guys both in the National Thousands. As this time we just see Lewis Mason, they'll be first in the National 600s at the moment. Huge, I can see the Insignia bike there, the 130. They're in the National Thousands, and they were running in about 3rd place overall. Well, the difference being that those 1000cc's just able to get a little bit more power down, but this time Blue Jets are looking for an overtake on half a chance racing. That's to no avail, as I think this time round there was a bit of a wobble from that R1 as they head into Church Corner. One of our novices out there. And well, that is the 150 machine. That's the Visor Vision team out there. Now that's Paul Berryman and Rob Barnes. So the Visor Vision / Team Traction Control machine out there in our junior endurance. And Paul, I think, managed to wreck his bike at the previous round at Mallory Park. He's managed to grab another. He's now running a K5000cc out there, and not quite getting to grips on the new bike. Still got a lot of setup to do. So Rob Barnes, I think, is substituting for his other rider who is normally there, which is Keith Flint, frontman of the Prodigy. This time Sherwood Suzuki gets the drop on them, and well, I expected to see Carl Hodgins coming into that one. There's another notion of coming into the pits for a changeover for the Blue Jets racing team. Each team having a particular signal to notion to their pits, and even telling them what could be wrong or right on the bike. So hand and foot signals absolutely paramount as they fly past the pit wall. Well, M&M Racing still leading in the Junior 600s, and well, the Visor Vision team now just catching up to them. That 1000cc just getting a little bit quicker as they head up into Peel Corner. And well, Sherwood Suzuki there, Blue Jets, and also half a chance racing. And looks like Blue Jets now got at the better of them. Insignia just holding off the tail of them, just watching what's going on and capitalising on any potential mistakes that can be made. But there's Mike Dickinson on the number 2 machine. That's the brand new ZX-10R. I think the first race ZX-10R to be crashed in this country after they went off at Druids at Brands Hatch earlier this year. Well, Visorvision really looking for a way round M&M Racing now. It looks like they're being held up slightly by Lewis Mason. Here we go. There's the overtake. Different classes, but of course it's the action on track that matters here at Anglesey. Of course, this is round 3, and we have another 6 rounds to go before the end of the year. Lewis Mason, even after having his troubles at the test day on Friday, running around at a very consistent... Oh, that's the Initiatech JRR machine going down, and unfortunately that's no good for them. So the treble 9 machine not having a good run at all. Mark Roxy Roxburgh and John Burr, also known as Yogi, out there, dropping it, I think, on the exit of Church Corner. So, well, he'll have to go in and do a changeover just so they can check over that bike. Now, the difference between sprint racing and endurance racing, as we do see the treble 9 machine go back, so that's Mark Roxburgh on that machine. It looks like he's safe to continue on that machine. Yes, as I say, the difference between sprint and endurance is that if you do drop the machine in a sprint race and you come away from it, I'm afraid you have to finish your race there and then. In endurance racing, if you're safe to continue, then you can do so. But Stephen Neat still out there on the YZF R1, the endurance spec R1, still leading in this race. Certainly seems to be running at a very, very comfortable rate indeed. No real problems there. You can see him just trailing that brake as he heads past the number 55 machine out there on track. That's one of our R6s.